quite possible, but apparently people still watch this show. They tell me they watch this show. And hmm, yeah, well, it's okay, man. It's okay. But, it's okay if people, I mean, I hope people call now and then, but I, if the calling thing has gone out of style, though, so don't worry about it. But if you want to call, you go right ahead, because, that's all part of the fun. But the call-in show thing is like kind of older in format. That was in the old days before everybody had their Facebook and Twitter and stuff. So YouTube. So now everybody's a star.
Perhaps we should tell them how to text us.
Uh, that's right. I can all the wonders of modern technology or whatever.
Yeah, the Ute don't talk anymore. They communicate with their thumbs.
That's right. People text. Anyway. No, what did I do Halloween? Oh, I had rehearsals. I had rehearsal and then I had a meeting. That was the first day off I had or something. I think let's see, I played, no, I had Wednesday and Thursday off of gigs. I did a whole bunch of gigs in a row. And I'm working a lot now. It's a good thing, I'm a guitar out there in the real world and a lot of gigs, so that's a good thing. But so I had 6 gigs in 6 days, which was something like B.F. Burt, Kevin Burton, whatever. That's no big deal, for him, because he does like 2 gigs a day. He did like 500 gigs in a year or something like that. Yeah. Huh. Is there still a blues jam going on anywhere, or- Oh, man. I, I see. Okay. Everybody knows that one. Most people do that too. Uh-huh. I mean, cross harp as opposed to straight harp? Or, yeah, I don't understand. They do that. I just play, man. I play straight harp. I never did learn the cross harp, and then I let years go by, and then I pick up the harmonica again, and I play the same straight harp I always played. But I learned how to play O Susanna when I was a little kid, and that probably got me going. That's about as much as I needed to know. So. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, not everybody can do that though, because sometimes people need to have they need it all spelled out for them, and they can't just like go with it. Some people don't have that. Uh, wow. Harmonica player. You just do it. You don't know the theory of it. I don't know a whole lot of harmonica theory. I've been known to play them. I put the harmonica stand on when I'm playing guitar, and then I take an instrumental break. And then the years go by and I don't do that, then it surprises me when I do. And it just like it was, years ago. So it seems like the level that I play at is in there. It's like I wouldn't. Yeah, just yeah, but I do a straight harp, so you play the melody and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've thought about studying it. I just never have. Toots, was it Toots Thielman or whatever his name is? I think he's a Belgian guy. He's got a lot of studio work. He's a great musician and all kinds of other instruments too. But he's a really great harmonica player, and he's an old geezer now. But well, not all of us. Yeah, well. That's good. Well,
And you're the kid here.
and I'm the kid around here, except that when the staff comes out, I mean, we got the young people in their 20s, who'll help us out, So I used to be fairly young around here a long time ago. I've been here at PATV since it started 25 years ago. And the first Tom's Guitar Show was 1990. So it took me a couple of years to get my own show like that. So,
Well, you served me a beer at Stone City.
oh yeah, okay.
Doc Watson.
Really? Yeah, we were there when I was there with Doc Watt. Oh yeah.
Took me a while, but then I remembered.
Yeah, I was bartending and doing things that night there. Yeah, a long time ago. But that was the week after, or within days of when Merle got killed.
Right. Tractor fell.
Yeah, tractor rolled over on him and Merle Watson, and so I was working that night and filling in because I was the guitar player up at the inn at Stone City. I played for the fancy dinner thing once again, classical guitar, and that's probably in the '84, '85, somewhere back then. But anyway, so then yeah, right about there. So I helped out. I helped out at the general store for the concerts, and sometimes I'd even take the stage when whoever was supposed to play didn't show up and stuff like that. But Doc Watson was there, and he was pretty sad, but he was going to keep going on with this tour, and so my claim to fame with Doc Watson is he asked me for a 7-Up, and I got him a glass of 7-Up, and he said thank you, and a lot of people would, a lot of guitar players have these stories about how the night they played with Doc Watson and stuff like that. So I don't want to be one of those kind of guys, like a theoretical guitar player or anything like that. I don't want to be a guitar liar either. So I'll tell you the truth is one night I served Doc Watson a glass of 7-Up, and I didn't even tell him I was a guitar player or anything. I was
He probably hears that from a lot of people.
yeah. So that was my night with Doc Watson. Anyway, yeah.
I like your stories about Stone City. You just used to go up there and maybe somebody didn't show up.
Yeah.
Maybe you just sleep on the couch.
I sleep on the couch sometimes. It depends, well, I don't want to confess anything about my youth, but I used to. One of the perks of my being up there was I could get all the beer I wanted to drink for free. So, but yeah, sometimes I sleep on the couch. There were 2 dogs who lived up there for a while with one of the guys who managed the general store, and they were like part wolf. I don't know how much wolf they were, but there's quite a lot of wolf in them. They're really big dogs, and there are a lot of couches down there. But I sleep on the couch, but I kind of have to find my place. And like some dogs, you say, get off the couch. But, and the dog's like mostly wolf, you don't mention it to them, you just like, find your own place and everybody's fine, So it'd be cold down there, I have a fire going. So
Find out where you fit in the pack hierarchy.
yeah, find where I fit in the pack hierarchy, yeah. I'm just a guitar player.
You used to say that if the band didn't show up, you were always there.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened a number of times, actually, when somebody wouldn't, it wasn't like a band with a folk singer or somebody wouldn't show up. And then I'd be already there, because I played every Friday, Saturday night up at the hill. There was a mansion called, it was the Inn. And it was like a bed and breakfast, and I played for the dinners there. And then, and that was my regular gig, and they didn't, they didn't pay me very much, but, it was gas money and everything and something to do, and they feed me. And then I'd go down the hill and just, I'd be friends with the manager, and I just help out, basically as a volunteer. Sometimes they give me money, if they had money left over, which sometimes they didn't. But, I'd make some money, and I was real poor living in a mobile home and everything, and in Iowa City, so I'd go up there and do that, my weekends there. And I met a lot of people, and I played a lot. Sometimes I played with people, but there were a number of occasions when somebody just wouldn't show up.
How about Richard Dixon?
Richard Dixon?
Yeah, he had a trailer up there.
It was Michael Richards was a guy who owned it, but or Richard Dixon. I mean, that's a.
Oh, he did electronics, and he had, but he did play guitar. Dave something. The guy,
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, stage name. Let me think. Yeah, the guy played the pan flute and everything like that. And there's Alma Iwana, but there's also one guy who I can't remember his name. But yeah, he had a little charango and he played a pan flute on a harmonica stand up there a lot. And
The finger pins,
yeah,
which was amazing to me because he used to do Bach on the little finger pin thing.
huh. Yeah, I don't remember. I remember who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I mean, that was a long time ago. Yesterday. Yeah. Okay, good. How's this sound? Is that all right? All right, I'll think about Dylan's song. Okay, I'll see you later, bye. Think about Dylan's songs. The streets, the dogs are barking, and the days are getting dark. As the night comes into falling, the dogs lose their bark. And the silent night will shatter from the sounds inside my mind. And I'm one too many mornings and 1,000 miles behind. Through the crossroads of my doorstep, my eyes start to fade. As I turn my head back to the room where my love and I have laid. And I gaze back at the street, at the sidewalk and the sign. And I'm one too many mornings and 1,000 miles behind. It's a restless, hungry feeling that don't mean no one no good. Everything I'm a-saying, you could say it just as good. You're right from your side, and I'm right from mine. Both just one too many mornings and 1,000 miles behind. Been a long time since I'd done that song. He was just talking about the old days, 1985, that's getting back there, isn't it? 1983 would have been 30 years ago. Oh, gosh. And there I was being a bartender, all grown up and everything, 30 years ago. Oh, well, anyway, I used to do songs like that in those days. I think I did in a different key, though. The dogs are barking and the day is getting dark. The night comes into falling, the dogs lose their... And gee, it's a lot... Boom, boom, boom. Oh, well. So we were talking earlier about the annual meeting, though, and I think there's going to be a certain amount of free pizza circulated during this event.
That should help draw a crowd.
Yeah, I think it's like 7 o'clock On what do you say, 22nd?
21st, I think.
21st, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
I can ask out at the desk.
Yeah, well, it probably is 21st, yeah. But, yeah, 21st. And it'll be the Mill Restaurant in downtown Iowa City, just up the street, really, from where we are here at PATV. And, of course, we'll have a little bit of official business, but we'd like to celebrate. Yeah.
It is the 21st.
It's the 21st, at 7 o'clock?
Oh,
Or-
didn't get the time.
Oh, okay, I should know, but, well, if you get there around 7 or so, you'll be in line early for, anyway. But we're gonna have a little film, there's gonna be actually a film next week, they're gonna just show the
This
moon, yeah.
girl thing?
Well,
Maybe we should plug that.
yeah, let's plug that,
Let me see. Well, it's this Wednesday, I guess.
this Wednesday, it's tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
at the
There's
Mill.
2 of 3 parts of a science fiction video starring A.C. Earl.
That's right, among others,
Iowa's own A.C. Earl,
yeah.
who plays a character much like Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, really?
That's what he says.
Ah,
Let me see.
uh,
In Star Wars terms, he's kind of like Jabba the Hutt, Earl said. Controls the slimy part of the planet. Anything you want in the slimy part of town, like alcohol or drugs or women, that's what he controls. so that's A.C. Earl's part.
I guess he's pretty much of a straight shooter in real life, isn't he?
Yeah.
I guess he's been actors, he's normally a pretty clean-cut sort of fellow, isn't he? Oh, well.
Well, you don't have to be a bad guy to play a bad guy.
That's right. You don't have to be a good guy to play a good guy either. So,
True enough.
but
And I don't see a time here, but it's tomorrow night.
tomorrow night at the Mill, Moon 03, a science fiction show.
Yeah, Moon 03.
Moon 03 tomorrow night. But in a couple weeks, we're going to have our annual meeting. It'll be the third Thursday, 21st, at the Mill, and I think we should try to get a lot of people come down. Because the world is changing quite a bit, and I think our little access station here is a great resource for
Yep.
not just for Iowa City, but for the whole area, I think. And so I'd invite everybody to come
Now, if
down.
anyone out there would like to learn to make their own TV show, this is the place it'll teach you.
That's right. We have a TV studio and
Has equipment in the studio you can use.
yeah, equipment, studio,
Have to go to the
know-how,
class and learn how not to break the equipment and how to obey the rules. But
but also how to use the equipment and
Yeah.
how to how to do stuff. It's a wonderful thing. I've been here, as I say, I've been here for a long time. I've been here since it. See, I started here before it was PATV, when it was still Heritage Cablevision, and I was kind of a Johnny-come-lately in those days, and didn't know anybody, and I said, well, I wanted to get involved in making TV shows, and so I did, and I helped everybody else out on their shows and stuff, and then I remember that in the this is the 1988 presidential campaign. Had a thing at Old Brick, and there was a platform for the media people. I think it was Jerry Brown, actually, who's now governor of California, but he was running in the primaries or whatever, or before the Iowa caucus. So I was up there, and there were these big cameras, these big Betacam cameras. They had the NBC, the CBS, and the ABC affiliates, and there I was on the platform of everybody else with a VHS camcorder that had PATV on the side with stick-on letters, and I
in 08, I did that for SCTV.
who was it that you covered?
Romney and Giuliani,
Ah,
Fred Thompson,
mm-hmm.
John Edwards,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people that came through town, I didn't get Obama. Gene Lloyd Jones got him, but
I see.
I got most of the rest of them.
You got all the ones that lost.
Yeah, I got all the losers. Gene Lloyd Jones got the winner.
That's how it goes, I guess, sometimes. Anyway.
While we're speaking of things to come, should we plug your upcoming events?
Well, yeah, this week I'm going to have a very tame, no, I'm not. Hang on a second. Okay, Friday night I'll be at Tuscan Moon at my regular time. I'm supposed to be there at 6. I'll be there probably about 6:30 or so. And then I'm going to play till the bitter end, maybe as late as 10. Saturday I have a wedding, and it's going to be interesting because we really haven't worked out the details yet. I keep asking, but I'm playing a wedding at the Kirkwood Hotel, the Hotel Kirkwood of the Kirkwood campus up there in Cedar Rapids, until 7, as it says. It'll be done by 7 is the theory. In which case I get in my car and zoom as quickly as possible to Tuscan Moon and finish off the night. So if you want to hear me Saturday night Tuscan Moon, go late. I'm sure I'll be playing by 8 o'clock. Maybe as early as 7:45. I'm going to try to do everything possible to start playing as early as possible. So that's my weekend this weekend. I've got 2 gigs on Saturday, and I'm being in a big hurry. But yeah, Tuscan Moon. Friday night, for sure. 6:30-ish till maybe 10. If the audience holds out, it's a little bit slow this time of year. We're doing better than we were last year at this time. But so the slow time of year, kind of in between, right before the holidays, it slows down a little bit. You do like a pretty big summer, and then it kind of slows down. Then the holiday season goes crazy, and then it slows down a little bit after the holiday season's over. So,
Oh, it's just like Chris Dodd, too. I got Chris Dodd over Slinging Hash over at the Salvation Army.
oh really?
Yeah, a lot of that stuff, if people care about any of that, is on YouTube. If you search YouTube for BWTV 147,
All right.
a lot of my '08 campaign stuff is on there.
Okay.
And some of my Las Vegas Fremont Street stuff.
Oh yeah. Do you have to put your age in there to?
No,
Okay. I just
No,
wondered.
there's one that I thought they might do that on, but
It hasn't been flagged yet.
has not been flagged yet. And it's been on there for about a year now. So
Well, if anybody wants to flag it, well, never mind.
yeah,
BW 147.
BWTV 147.
BWTV 147. Okay. All right. B Wiley TV 147. Okay. So 147 is your 47 now. Is that the
Yeah, that's my age, 147.
147? Okay. You're 147. You're all anyway. You're one who's 47. No. Anyway, but yeah. Okay.
No, there are already several BWTVs
I see.
on there, so
I see. Huh. Yeah, I have a.
that's like we tag all the stuff. Well, we were tagging all the stuff from SCTV, ICSCTV, but there's a shopping center, International Consortium of Shopping Centers or something,
I
that
see.
uses that same tag, and there's a Russian TV station that uses ICSCTV. So no matter what you want to use, somebody else is using it too.
Well, I was thinking Tommy Knot is like a pseudonym that I use, but there's a whole bunch of Tommy Knots.
Yeah.
So I'm Tommy Knot 3 because my name is
Yeah.
John T. Nothnagel III.
Yeah.
My real name, so I call myself Tommy Knot 3 or 3D, I think. So I'm a three-dimensional Tommy Knot. And a Tommy Knot is a dance step, and it's also a knot that sailors would have known. Special kind of knot. So anyway,
I'll plug another show I have running.
all right.
Mature Focus that's running on PATV this month. Check your schedule. I know it runs. I don't know if it's between 12 and 12:30 or 12:30 and 1 on Tuesdays and several other times during the week. But everybody within, say, about 10 years of being as old as I am or older knows where they were and what they were doing when they heard about Kennedy being shot. So I just had a bunch of them tell their stories, and that's running on Mature Focus this month.
Yeah, Kennedy, who they say?
Yeah, younger people do, but like I say, everybody that's say 60 or over
Yeah.
knows where they were and what they were doing.
Even some of us who were under 60 can
Yeah.
remember, even though you're a little kid. But yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I remember, yeah. Yeah, I remember the Beatles when they first were on Ed Sullivan, too.
Yeah, it's like younger people and us older people
Yeah.
know where we were and what we were doing when we heard about 9/11.
Yeah. And then some people walking around are not so sure. So,
Yeah.
I mean, some because they're not involved. But now that's getting to be long enough ago. I mean, that's 12 years ago. So, yeah. So if you were like in your late teens or something, maybe it didn't make an impression.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I got a winner with this amp. Sounds pretty good.
And let's say how good we were last week at Uptown Bill's.
Yeah, I haven't seen that show yet. I don't think I have it up on YouTube yet, but we got to get that up there.
A lot of guest players.
Yeah,
Most of the Tribbles, I think.
a good chunk of the Tribbles. Yeah, there was Donna, Joey, and Lee, and then of course me. So we're missing Banjo Dave. I've been communicating with Banjo Dave though because I believe we're going to have a show up there on the 17th of December, be a week before Christmas. And I'm not sure if PATV is going to be open the next week would be the Christmas
They usually
Eve.
shut down for a couple weeks at Christmas time.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be open on Christmas Eve or not. I got to find that out. But if not, we're going to have another show. before, but we're gonna have the Tribbles do a Christmas show plus some little kids and stuff and everything. And next week I'm gonna have a guy Ankit and somebody, his friend who's a flute player. We're gonna do Take Five, and we're gonna jam out on some stuff. So Ankit, he's a doctor. He's finishing up his residency. He's gonna go out and do a fellowship in Minnesota as a cardiologist. But he's a young fellow. I guess he's gonna turn 30. You know, he's got this kind of aquamarine colored Stratocaster. So I'm trying to get him into a hollow body jazz guitar because the boy becomes a man and Of course, now I play a lot of solid body electric guitars because I'm having a second childhood. But about time for him.
Where's that yellow flying V of yours?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Speaking of guitars, I'm going to turn this off for a second, and then I'm going to switch over and see how this.
Are you going to do a Christmas show up at the mall again this year?
I don't know. I just booked a thing at the mall. It used to be that the mall hired me to do a thing, and then I'd say, "Oh, but can I have the week next week?" So now it's the Summer of the Arts has taken over it. So I'm going to be one of the, because usually I play by myself, right, the week before, and then and then I asked them if I could have it,
Bring the kids in.
Yeah, bring the kids in. I mean, they pay me and everything, like I'm a hired hand and everything. But now Summer of the Arts has taken over, apparently. And I just booked that for the 7th of December. So what I would hope would be that, I don't know. I have to figure out what's going on there. I just, I just came into town a little while ago and I've been working on this. So that I've been they usually communicate with me about this time of year, but this time it was somebody from Summer of the Arts. So. Okay, why aren't you working? Oh, this isn't turned up. That was a guitar. All right, okay. So I don't know if we're going to do them all or not. At least we're going to do a big coffee house show. Hope to have all the little kids there and all cute kids and stuff, and as many as possible. I'm going to rely on a couple of...
So keep watching this show, and we'll update the audience as things get firmed up.
That's right. And... don't forget to go to the annual meeting and the mill. Oh, another thing is Ukulele Jake is at the Englert next Wednesday.
And go to the mill tomorrow night. AC Earl plays a guy that's 7 feet tall. We'll see if he's convincing in that role.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting when you're like in one of those little editing rooms with AC Earl. It's just different,
It fills up the room.
Fills up the room better than most people do. Yeah. People are built in such different scales when you think about it. You have people 7 feet tall. You have people who are under 5 feet tall. Yeah. Somebody I encounter fairly often, I'm sure is under 5 feet tall. I think she's like 4'10" or something like that. So you look at the scale, where would she come up on? I mean, she's like a yard shorter than AC Earl, but anyway, or not quite, but
over 2 feet shorter.
Yeah. So anyway. Well, that's right. I was going to work on this guitar too. It takes a while to get this guitar in tune, and I can't quite get it in tune, and then it becomes good blues guitar. Yeah. Hey, I kind of like the. I like the Fender Champion 20. Gee, maybe Fender would like to be a sponsor at Tom's Guitar Show. They could get PAT fee money, and they could send me new amps all the time. I could have like a big wall full. But probably not. They don't care about me, do they?
Not unless you get on the network.
Yeah, well, I guess not. I think we're saying about PATV and why people should come to the annual meeting is they'll let anybody have a show here, pretty much. I mean, all you got to do is, you can't just walk in the door and say, "Give me a show now." You have to, take some workshops and stuff, but assemble a crew. But
Well, you probably want to take the classes anyway. You want
Yeah.
your show to look good, sound good.
yeah, if you can. Yeah, next week we're gonna have to make
We
sure.
should have cleared that up in rehearsals today.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah. Well, let's try to get our sound right. I'm used to sacrificing myself and my show for but the greater good or whatever. But next week this guy is going to come on, and it's like a big deal for him. He's going to work on it and everything like that. So we're going to do our thing, and then we hope people could watch it here in town, but they also put it up on YouTube, and you can tell his friends around the country, around the world, and here I am playing guitar on TV, So
Well, let's say we do have new equipment here, and the crew in the booth there is learning on the air.
that's right. Sorry, I don't sleep enough.
Or learning over the wire, I guess.
Do I?
Learning over the wire, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Since we're on cable.
Yeah, we're in wire. Yeah, we're not in wire. We're talking about someday that we might have just sort of like municipal Wi-Fi, and all be in the air again. But there'll be like gazillions of channels, your internets and everything. I watch movies on my computer that come through the router.
Yeah.
It's airport or whatever.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Wi-Fi.
Yeah, my wife got a tablet that she takes along and on her road trip here a couple weeks ago, and checks her email and watches YouTube and whatnot over Wi-Fi where she can find it.
Yeah. While she's driving or back at the.
No, while she's staying someplace.
Yeah.
And they say they allow them on airplanes now.
Huh.
Well, I don't suppose you find Wi-Fi on airplanes. Or if you do, it's probably an extra charge.
We should have Wi-Fi in airplanes, I suppose. I mean. There's a guy who watches his little tablet. He watches baseball games and stuff. Well, his wife's taking her lessons, sitting in a room there, but he never asked me for the password for our Wi-Fi. So he's getting it somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, you probably have a neighbor that has an open Wi-Fi.
I don't.
Oh.
Because sometimes ours goes down. I look around, it's all locked. But it's 4G or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a phone
Well,
thing.
4G is a cell phone thing.
Yeah.
Now, where my brother-in-law lives, they can't get internet over the wires. There's no cable TV, and the telephone company doesn't carry it out there. So he gets it over a cell phone at an exorbitant price.
Oh, yeah. Well, one more minute left, so I guess it's the end of the show. So next week we're going to have Ankit on the show with the flute player. I don't know her name, but I never met her. Hope she's good. And we're going to do it here. We're going to do it up here on Tom's Guitar Show next week. Hope it sounds good. I mean, not just the playing, but the sound.